Hello friends, it is I Radaz once more, and of course I'm gonna talk about what happened yesterday or January 6th, depending on when you're watching this. A bunch of Trump supporters basically took over in Washington. That's a nice sum up of the whole situation. Now, why did this happen? Of course, it's mostly about the voting irregularities. You know that during the November 3rd, several key states stopped counting, and then a bunch of votes came in out of nowhere, and they were like 90% Biden, 100% Biden, even. That is the pivotal point, so to speak. But it's an accumulation of stuff. Is the government refusing to give the 2,000 checks while sending billions overseas? A clear insult to the American people. And it's basically showing them how powerless they are and how their politicians don't work for them. This is all becoming frustrating. And if it wasn't enough, the Georgia election started showing the same irregularities as November 3rd. When you put all of this together, people lost their patience. Of course, I'm going to mention the fact that Trump told them to be there. My theory is that he did so Pence would be intimidated and he would not take those votes, force them to, check those irregularities. But Pence didn't in the end. All of this frustration and then on them, but as I already told you, taking the government buildings. There are pictures everywhere. But there's a deeper issue here, and this is who actually runs our nation. Who? And they have an agenda. As you saw with Black Lives Matter protesting, the cops kneeled before them. Here, they weren't looting or burning or making graffiti, anything like that, yet a woman got shot. Her name was Ashley Babbitt. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I apologize sincerely if I misspoke. But let's just call her Ashley so I don't screw it up. Rest in peace, by the way. She got shot because she was protesting against what she thought were fraudulent elections. And now she's dead. And don't expect a memorial for her or a bunch of drawings with her wearing wings like George Floyd got, the criminal, because she was on the wrong side of history. She was a right winger, and therefore you can defame her now. It's of course a very tiring hypocrisy. So that shows you the people who rule, who they think deserves to be mourned and who does not. But besides this, most people tend to identify the president as the person who has the power. Yet after this incident, Twitter, Facebook, even Twitch, all censored the president for a limited time, but still, the president of the United States is not able to communicate with his people because a couple of billionaires decided that he shouldn't. That should terrify you, even if you are the most liberal leftist. A couple of oligarchs in Silicon Valley decided your president shouldn't be allowed to talk to you. Think about that for a second. Besides this, the acting Secretary of Defense deployed the National Guard, and when he mentioned doing this, he said, oh, I talked about doing this with Pence and a couple of senators. It was a short list, but you couldn't help but noticing that Donald Trump, the president, wasn't in on it. Another chilling fact, Pence doesn't have the authority to do this. Now, recently, Donald Trump uploaded a video. Apparently, he got his Twitter account back. Basically capitulating, which it's pathetic, really. Because the people in power despise him. It doesn't matter what he does. All he had were his supporters, and now he's throwing them under the bus. Republicans have this tendency of throwing their supporters under the bus at the least bit of trouble. And Democrats are the complete opposite. It doesn't matter what their supporters do, they get protected by them and the media. So who runs this country? Interesting, isn't it? Because the people didn't get money, yet it went overseas. The people protest and they get repressed. Communism is on the rise in America. And I sincerely believe the only reason it still hasn't fully happened is because of the Second Amendment, which they try to get rid of every single day. Donald Trump will be out of office in just a couple of days. And what in God's name is going to happen after that, when Democrats hold all the power? They will not be as moderate as the Republicans were. And I know, before you call me out on it, I know that both parties work together and are the same and both corrupt. But the Democrats have publicly taken all the awful postures, all the awful positions. And now they will have that power. And no one to stop them. No one but us. It's up to us as usual. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. My information is down below, and I'll be seeing you.